How's everybody doing? Hope you're all having a wonderful day, whatever part of the world you're in. So I thought I'd just come down and do a nice video. It's been a little while since I've done one on my profile here. I normally do stuff in my Facebook group, so that's where all the action happens. So today I wanted to talk to you about like images, right? We all have an image locked up in our mind of who we are. We have an identity, and this identity has been produced over a number of years, right? We gather data, some information about ourselves, all the beliefs about ourselves, what we believe we can do, what we believe we can't do, our past failures, what people have said to us. These form our subconscious beliefs. And these beliefs dictate literally everything in our lives. They dictate our income. They dictate how much money that we earn. It dictates how long it takes us to earn X amount of money. This is why you'll see most people have kind of a set amount of money they earn each month. This is why, regardless of how hard you work, the money kind of still stays the same. And for us to improve our incomes, our lifestyles, our businesses, we have to change the image in our mind. Hi Gina, I hope you're doing well. So we have to really understand that our results are caused by our beliefs. There's nothing to do with luck. Most people say, oh, you just got lucky, this person got lucky, but it's got nothing to do with luck. It's all about what we believe about ourselves. Now, you can never outperform what you believe about yourself, what you believe about your business. So you have an image of how far you can go in your business. You maybe don't see yourself going past a certain level, and the how comes in. You're thinking about, oh, what if I could earn, I don't know, 100,000 a month. Maybe you're earning 100,000 a year right now, and you're thinking, all right, I'd love to earn 100 a month. Now you can earn 100 a month, but you have to change your identity, the subconscious beliefs about yourselves. Let me put these shades on. Too hot out there. It must be about 35, 36, already sweating my nuts off. So your identity has brought you to where you are right now. It's brought your business to exactly where it is, right? Now, until you change that identity, that self-image, nothing on the outside is going to change. Regardless of how many books you read, regardless of how hard you work, how much you put into marketing, success is an inside job. So you want to get to 100,000 a month. You can't do that unless you eliminate some of the limiting beliefs that you have about yourselves around money, around sales, around business. And here's the thing, you can never outperform this image that you have of your mind. Now, for many years, I was earning around about 2,000, 2,500 a month. I was working 100 hours plus per week. Many people know me here on a personal level, and they've seen kind of my journey, what I used to do, the kind of businesses that I was in. Now, I changed my image. I got mentored by the best in the world, Bob Proctor. And when I listened to him, I applied everything he taught me. I changed this image in my subconscious mind. Now, I've had 20K months, I've had 50K months, I've had 100K months, I've had multiple 200K months. Now, this month was my biggest month ever. I did over 320,000 in about 12 days. Now, that does not happen by accident. Am I telling you this to impress you? Well, look at Mindy, he's done what? How much? That's over $250,000 in a month. That's 300 plus a month. It's over 300, and the month's not even over yet. Now, how does that happen? Now, I had to change my identity. I had to change the beliefs I had about myself, how I saw myself internally. And then my results started to change. Things on the outside start to change as I changed on the inside. Now, people look at me and say, oh, well, Mindy just got lucky, blah, blah, blah. Lots of different things but it's got nothing to do with luck. I know the work that I had to put in to create this new identity. Over and over again, putting the work in. Just like going to the gym. You want to build muscle, you got to work hard on your body to change your physique. You've got to have a good diet, you've got to have a good training regime, and this is what I've had to do. I've had to have a good training regime for my mind and really working on myself day in, day out. Now, most people want things the easy way. They don't want to put any work into it. People moan, complain, my business is this. Okay, well, you've got to get to work on the area that matters, which is in your mind. You've got to understand how the mind actually works. Now, you're probably in an industry and you're thinking, well, I would love to get to 20,000 a month, but I just can't see myself doing it. Now, there's, as the old saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Now, you've probably seen people in your industry that were earning 10 times more than you. Now, it's not the industry that's the problem, right? The problem is in our own subconscious mind. I want you to think about one or two people that you know in your industry. Maybe you don't know them personally, but you know them, and they're doing phenomenal business. The only difference is between yourself and that person is how you see yourself and how they see themselves. Now, we have to change the image in our mind, how we see ourselves. We've got to reprogram that section of that subconscious mind, which is what I help multiple, thousands of people do all around the world. And some of my clients are achieving phenomenal success. They'll come work with me and within like, I've had it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they've gone from like 2,000 to 20,000 to 50,000 to 100,000 to 200,000. How does that work? It works by law. Everything in this universe works by law. Everything is a lawful process. You know, we talk about the law of attraction. Most people don't really understand how the law of attraction works. We think, oh, you just sit there on your ass, you visualize, you build one of them vision boards, and you just manifest and you say some affirmations and shit's gonna turn up. That's not the way it works. This is why so many people are stuck when it comes around manifestation, the law of attraction. I understand energy, Mindy, yeah, everything is energy. Okay, but can you explain it to me? Now, for many years, I didn't really understand how this worked. Right? I had to work on myself over and over again. Really, I'm not a fast learner. I can barely spell, and yet this month I did 320,000 and counting. Right, 320,000 and counting. I can't even spell properly. I'm so grateful for spell check. Come on. And if someone like me, no high school education, failed most of my business life, you know, really stuck, got into lots of debt. I'm not really smart. I'm not a smart person. But what I do have is I have determination. I have discipline, which I didn't always have. I had to create this. I was always jumping from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other, thinking, all right, it's the industry that's not right. It's the clients, it's the economy, it's the marketing. I blamed everything on the outside. But ultimate truth was that I had an image of me earning 2,000, 2,500 a month, working that many hours. I never saw myself at the deep subconscious level as being successful. So no matter how hard I tried, I was programmed to earn the same amount of money. Now, my program is changing all the time. And I know that my goals are going to, I know I'll do way more than 300,000. I mean, $1 million a month. You're probably thinking $1 million a month. I can apprehend that. I could never ever think that I could even do 20,000 a month. I remember when I first spoke to Bob, he said, what's your goal? I was like 20,000, and I said, it scares the shit out of me. He goes, why? Because it's not big or it's not small. And back then I was earning $2,000 a month, and I want to go to 20,000. And that was just like impossible for me. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to do this? You see, we start thinking about the how. We start to get into the mechanics of things. We start thinking in our left brain, right? We start getting logical about things. Well, if I work more hours and this, if I do this, and that's not the way it happens. It's all about the image that we hold, right? We think in pictures. Now, if I ask you what your car looks like, the first thing that's going to pop up is your car, the color of your car. If I ask you, like, what's your front door look like, the first thing that's going to pop up as an image. Now, you can't think without having an image in your mind. Like, we have this internal dialogue going on all the time, right? We're thinking, we're having this conversation with ourselves. Everything internally, I'm not saying anything, but I'm thinking, oh, what a lovely pool. There's a conversation going on. Oh, what shall I eat for breakfast? You know, so there's a dialogue going on. And we have this dialogue that goes on consistently. And those dialogues demand that we think in pictures. Now, yourself, you think about yourself in pictures, right? Subconsciously, you have an image of your mind. This is what I'm saying. We have to change the image. Okay, through repetition. We have to do the same thing over and over again, and your subconscious mind responds to that. Okay, now your subconscious mind does not know what's real or imagined. So I want you to look at your income. How long have you been earning it? Now I want you to think about, what if you can multiply that by, let's say, like 10. Say if you're on $2,000 a month and you want to get to like 20, right? And the first thing you're going to think, the how. You're going to start thinking, well, how is that possible? Is that even possible? You're going to say to yourself, what will I need to do? But it is possible. You don't need to know how it's possible. You've got to want to do it. Okay, then you've got to be willing to put the work in to get there. Now, everything's possible. Now, I don't care what part, you know, maybe you're fairly successful already and you want to get into like doing $1 million a year, you want to do $1 million a month, whatever that is. That's all possible. But not with your current way of doing things, not with the current way of thinking, right? We've got to change the information, right? We have our own software. Okay, we have to change the software if we're going to change our results. And most people are trying to change something on the outside before changing what's on the inside. You can't have that old dialogue, that old story playing on in the background, right? And you want more money, you want more success, and expect the outside to change. We really have to work on the outside. It's really dark here, I can't really see the screen. So, is that Sonny? Hope you're doing well, Sonny. Right? So, everything is possible. Look at the industry, look at your industry that you're in. There's people smashing it in that industry. Now, look, if you're in an industry that's paying you like $20 an hour, right? You're not going to get into the 100,000 a month by earning $20 an hour. We want to find the most effective way to earn more money with the least amount of effort in the fastest time. So if you're in an industry where you're selling like products for like $10, $10, you've got to think, okay, how can I maximize the volume on this? How can I get this to more people with the least effort? So I'm not the one that's trading my time for money. You know, I speak to people, oh, I'm earning $80 an hour, my goal is 50,000 a month. Well, how are you going to do that, right? Because if you're doing $80 an hour and you want to get to 50 grand, you've got to change the model. You can't be doing the same thing, right? Hoping to get to that. So you've got to find a You've got to get creative. You've got to start using your mind. Okay, well, how can I multiply what I'm doing? How can I multiply the amount of products I'm selling in? How long can I do it in? Right? We've got to think differently. We've got to start thinking, how can we sell higher priced products faster? You can sell low priced products, but you've got to sell a hell of a lot. So I'd rather sell a high ticket product, right? Something high ticket. What expertise do you have that you can maybe turn into a commodity for people, right? What have you got? What information, what knowledge have you got? And how can you maybe put it together where you can sell the information to other people? What skills do you have? Maybe you've got 30 years of experience in a certain industry, right? And people want your knowledge. So you've got to start thinking outside the box. You've got to think illogically. Don't do what everybody else is doing, right? You can't. If you want to get with the big boys and girls that are earning phenomenal money, we have to change the mindset, right? Now I did like, I'm sitting here, I did like 320 grand in like 12 days, 14 days, not even in the whole 30 days, and I've still got money coming in now. And it wasn't that long ago, maybe 4 years ago, when I was struggling. I was like 2 grand a month, struggling. You know, people think, oh, it's going to take you a long time to become successful. I could never imagine earning 100 grand in a year. You know, I thought if I can get to 50, 60 grand a year, I'll be made for life. I'll be like living like a king. But listen, it's all about the identity. Now, one quick question before I shoot off. What is your identity telling you about yourself? What keeps on showing up for you? What part of your... Write out a little exercise. Write out on a piece of paper how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself. So you might say, well, you know, I'm really frustrated with my results. I'm earning like, you know, 50 grand a year and I just can't seem to get past that. And this is the inner dialogue that's going on. I'm thinking this, right? Start to internalize what you're thinking and write it out. Write out what you're thinking about yourself. Oh, it's too hard. I don't know how I can do this. I'm not smart enough. I'm a single mum. I'm a single dad. I'm too old. I'm too young. It doesn't matter if you're a single mum, if you're a single dad. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. It doesn't matter how much you failed in the past. All that matters is that you want to listen and you want to learn and you want to apply and you want more from life. Now, we're entitled to wealth, right? We're entitled to live an abundant life. So you've got to go out and get yours, okay? It's waiting for you, right? It's not going to come to you or meet you halfway, 50-50. You do your work and it will do its work, right? But you have to have that personal growth. This is why it's called personal development, because you've got to develop yourself as a person before the outside is going to change, right? Successful people, you know, you take advice, but you don't listen to what they tell you to do, right? Mindy tells you what to do. Mindy, how can I want to earn 50,000, can you show me what to do? I'll tell you what to do, but you're not doing it. You want to find another way because that's your own way that's trying to get out of, that's your own programming, right? You don't see it happening for you, so you don't think this will work. But belief creates everything. Everything happens around belief, right? Your current income is there because of your belief systems, about what you believe about yourself, what you believe about your industry, what you believe in about your ability, right? Now, anybody's able to earn 6 figures a month. Anybody. I don't care who you are, as long as you have your intellect in one place, right? You can literally do anything you want, all right? There is a science behind success, and I know the secret, right? So I hope you found that video interesting. Okay, so do that exercise. Write out your current thoughts about yourself, your identity. What do you believe about yourself? How do you see yourself? What conversations do you have over and over again? What's your dominant conversation? Just write it out in a little paragraph or a page. Do some journaling. Just you know, write out exactly how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your results, and be honest with yourself, right? That's what's going to show you what your current identity is. Then, you know, we've got to change that, right? So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hi, Margaret. I hope you're doing well. I want to get out of this sun because I'm sweating like a nutter. Take care, guys and girls. See you soon.